What's up, everybody? This is Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, and I'm just going through my Game Boy collection on the Nintendo Game Boy. Now, I used to have a lot of games for this, as many people did back in the 90s, and maybe even today. It's a very fun, memorable system from Nintendo. And now this is the Game Boy Color. I also have a Game Boy Original and a Game Boy Pocket, and a lot of other ones, all the way up to the 3DS XL and stuff like that. But yeah, the Game Boy is a really cool system, and I actually like the Game Boy Color, but it's really fun. It fits in your pocket, it's portable, it's one of the best portable systems in an all-around aspect, and you look at it, and I don't really have that many games of it currently. Actually, my library consists of just this few handfuls. But there is one other game, and I've played a few games of Game Boy games for you guys before, but the game we're playing today is called Shadowgate Classic for the Game Boy. Now, it comes in a black game cartridge. The plastic itself is actually black on both sides, and that's to indicate that it's a deluxe Game Boy game, or I think that's what it's called. They had a game called, I think the first one was The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, or Deluxe, and it came in a cart kind of like this, and that started a trend of games when they were transitioning to the Game Boy Color from the original Game Boy. So, some games on the Game Boy Color could only be played on Game Boy Color, such as the Legend of Zelda Seasons and Ages games. And those were different. Those are usually a clear case, so they had little indications on some games to notify that they'd be like, for what system. They were all the same size, and they could be played on each system somewhat. Like, those games cannot be played on the Ages and Seasons cannot be played on the original Game Boy, but they could be played on Game Boy Color. But also Game Boy Color can play every Game Boy game, so they were the same size and they would all fit right there. So Shadowgate is one of those games that works on both, but when you play it on a Game Boy Color, it actually shows up in more colorful graphics. The graphics are like actually detailed in color, as opposed to putting in an actual Game Boy game, such as, I guess, Pokemon Blue, probably not the best example, but it would just appear in a special color palette. So now we're going to play it on the Super Game Boy, Super Nintendo, because that's the best way to record a Game Boy game that I have, besides from the GameCube Game Boy Advance player, which can also play Game Boy games. So that's another story, but I really like playing it on the Super Game Boy, Super Nintendo. It's really fun. Yeah, just put it in there, and we're going to play some Shadowgate. And you'll see what it's all about. Now, this isn't a full playthrough. This is a long RPG-style game, although it's different than Final Fantasy and some of the JRPGs. It's more of a Dungeons & Dragons RPG by yourself, as we'll find out a little more about that soon. But yeah, it's not going to be a full Let's Play. It's not going to be, like, I don't know. It's just going to be a little quick look at Shadowgate Classic for the Game Boy. Really fun game. Now, this is also on the NES, an older version of the Mac, and various other platforms, but those are some of the more notable ones. The soundtrack's really good, and it's a really fun game from Kemco. Shadowgate Classic for the Game Boy. Well, let's play this today on Happy Beard Games. Alright guys, so let's play some Shadowgate Classic on the Game Boy. Now, I played this a lot as a kid, but not so much as a squid, so I don't really know exactly too much about it. I've never actually beat the game. It's a long RPG. But it's different than like Final Fantasy and stuff, as we'll soon see. It's a little bit different. It's more of a first-person point-and-click game. Cool stuff, Nintendo. Okay, let's start. English. Now, I do have two files. I'm going to start a new file for you guys. Shadowgate Classic. Let's go. Let's play this. This is real deal, man. The last thing that you remember is standing before the wizard Lakmir as he waved his hands. Now you find yourself staring at an entryway which lies at the edge of a forest. The druid's words ring in your ears. Within the castle Shadowgate lies your quest. Within the castle Shadowgate. The Shadowgate is the name of the castle. Okay. The dreaded Warlock Lord will use his black magic to raise the behemoth from the dark depths. The combination of his evil arts and the great Titan's power will surely destroy us all. You are the last of our line of kings, the seed of prophecy that was foretold eons ago. Only you can stop the evil one from darkening our world forever. Fare thee well. Gritting your teeth. You swear that you will destroy the Warlock Lord. Alright, and then it jumps you in with some gameplay. Now, this game takes a lot of, like, you don't know what you're doing. What do? You point and click on random stuff. So, I kind of know what I'm doing at the start, but later on I'll get a little confused. And this is not a full Let's Play series. I know, it's an RPG, it's a longer game. I should be doing a Let's Play series of it, but I'm doing like a quick review of it, so just keep that in mind. Now, you do have things like, you have to pay attention to, like, your torches. I think you die if you run out of torches. You have another one there that you can actually fill up later on once you get another torch. You got all these other things. You got, this is a menu-based game, guys. So you've got, I don't know what these are. I think these are your items down here when you get them. These are your actions. You can save, which you're not going to do. You can speak. It's basically like, think of yourself in Dungeons and Dragons, or you're role-playing. You're acting with people that are fictional. Do you speak to something? You would not speak to a door. Do you leave? No. Self? No. Close? Open. Let's do the logical thing. Open the door. The door is open. It's the door leading into the castle Shadowgate. The skull has... There's a skull over the door. That's a hint. We gotta pay attention to the text very carefully, guys. Now, I just want to point out that this right here, it's kind of cool because I have a pointer. You know, I can kind of like show you what I'm doing, but it's kind of like a PC game. I think it's originally on Mac, though. I don't know about PC, but maybe some PCs. But anyways, this is old school. So this is like the field, what you're seeing, and this is what right here is your move. This is where you move around to get to different parts of the map. You can see it's all blank, but this is the door up here, right there. So you would click on move and go right there. But we're gonna try something else. We're gonna try to open, and it's still unopened, the skull. Because we're gonna need this, of course. As if by magic, the skull rises. You're a wizard. Okay, so we're gonna take that key out of that skull. Key 1 is in hand. Okay, now that's one of the things I remember right off the bat is that. It's pretty simple. Sort of self-explanatory, because it does kind of, just logical things you should be doing. And it tells you, it gives you a little hint on that. We're gonna move in the door. I think you can also just click on the door itself. Oh, look at those beady eyes. That pitiful wizard Lakmir was a fool to send a buffoon like you to stop me. You will surely regret it, for the only thing here for you is a horrible death. And there's some horrible deaths in this game, guys, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of brutal. The sound of maniacal laughter echoes in your ears. And one thing I want to point out right away is not only the title screen music, but this music that's playing right now, it's very, very, very nostalgic to me. I love the music. It's a great soundtrack. And yeah, it's just a really good game. And I think this is a really good game overall. But the soundtrack evokes memories of like Castlevania as well. Even though it's like a slower Castlevania, it kind of reminds me of some of the Castlevania songs. I know the gameplay is a lot different, but you're also in the castle. So I remember playing this around the time that I was playing some of the other Castlevanias, mostly the Game Boy Advance ones, I think. Maybe that was a little bit later, but... yeah, it's a pretty cool game. Cool game, guys. So what are we looking at now? We're gonna see if we can take these torches up here. I think those are torches. See, it's kind of... One of the things about this game, once again, is you kind of, it's kind of confusing to see what you're looking at. I'll just take one for now. I'm actually gonna use it if I can... Whoa, if I can put it there. So we can do this. Oh, you have spells. If you push left or right, you can go to spell or goods. So goods is your inventory. The torch is lit, so now I have 2 torches in my character or whatever. I don't know. They're not really in my hand, I guess, but they're on me. I don't know how that works, but yeah. So we've got 2 doorways. Let's just see what happens when I try to open one of them. The door is locked. The door is locked. Okay. Now I know there's something under this rug. You can kind of see. Sometimes you can kind of cheat a little bit. It won't open. Like you see, like you're moving, and then like kind of you go under the rug. It's weird, but it's not really a cheat. It's just a little thing. So let's look at things. You can also look at things. There'll probably give you hints. I think, if I remember correctly, it's a beautifully woven rug. I think what you do is you actually torch the rug. What do you want to use this for? The rug quickly catches on fire and burns away. But I thought there was something under it. Maybe I did something wrong. Oh no. There is things you can do very wrong in this game, and it'll reward you with a swift and painful death. So, let's see what we can do here now. Oh, I've got a key, remember? I've got a key. Let's see what I can use this key on. This door. Oh, there we go. Click. The key worked. It unlocked the door. Can I unlock this door too? I do have to click on the key again, right? Yeah. Because it stays on use when you click on whatever action you do. It'll stay on it until you change that action. But, okay, yeah, it doesn't fit in that keyhole. Then you have to click on the item again. So let's go to, look in the doorway. The door is opened. Okay. I'm gonna take this, other torch too, just in case we need that later on. Okay, and it doesn't make the room dark, so we don't have to worry about that. Not that realistic yet. Let's move into the front door. Oh, this is where things get a little tricky, and you can die pretty easily here. Which I don't want to show you, but I'll just show you when I actually die. I'm not gonna like show you every death that I could do possibly. The stone walls seem uncomfortably close as you walk down the stairs. So we're in a staircase, or a stairway or something. Stairwell, stairway, staircase. We've got some torches up here, and I think this one might be a switch. You see how there's those little rings around it, and that one does not appear to have that. There's also a little hole right here. You can barely see it because, well, you can kind of see when it's in color a little more, but it's right there. It's a little off, so you want to check that. And this book, spoilers, guys. If you take this book, I think a trapdoor opens right there, and you fall in and you die, or either that or you're stuck and you fall in it eventually and die. Let's just take a look at some of these things. Let's see what. Once I look at the book, it's an ancient tome. It seems that no one has disturbed its pages for centuries. So that's kind of a hint. You don't want to disturb something that hasn't been disturbed for centuries when other people have progressed to this castle before you. I think it's a stone wall. That's what this says. There's something out of ordinary about this torch, but you can't put a finger on it. Okay, I'm gonna maybe I can just use it. Can't use what you didn't take. Okay, well, I guess I'll try taking it then. The torch is in hand. Okay, I'm a little worried about this, guys. It's a special torch. You see that it doesn't go in your torch inventory section. Like that would normally go up by 1, so it'd be 2. And it's a separate torch. So I'm gonna actually look at that torch. And does it still say that? No, I pushed the wrong button. We go look, and we go to torch. It's a strange torch, so it's a little different. It doesn't actually label it unless you look at it. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna try hitting this wall. Pow! And the stone falls away to reveal a secret passage. So now we got another place we can go into. So I just want to check what's in there. Hopefully it won't kill me, because I don't remember very well after. As soon as you enter the room, you see an arrow on the front wall. And this is where I mess up a lot, guys, because there's... I know you're supposed to take the arrow, or I know you can take the arrow, but I don't really know exactly what to do. So let's see if I move up there. Okay, the ledge wasn't strong enough to hold you. You fall onto the ground and land hard on your rump. Well, that worked. That happened. Let's try taking this arrow, because we might need it for something. Arrows in hand. There's a lot of like, it's like a puzzle game, but it's more like a dungeon puzzle game. It's like D&D basically, guys. It's pretty much like D&D, but you're alone, which is kind of cool because it's a single player game. So it's kind of fitting. So you have a first person experience in a dungeon instead of just like you have like a party like on like some other game like Final Fantasy. It's a little different. That's cool. It's unique. It's fun. The stones in these walls were probably cut by the hands of enslaved mountain dwarves. I remember that text very well, actually. I remember that. I remember being stuck in this room for a while, too. Okay, let's open some doors here. I think you can click on the map, too, as well, if you don't want to use the actual game visuals. Open all the doors. See, I don't know which way to go, so let's go here first. Oh, no. This is where you have to get, I think you have to get some kind of pole or some kind of, like a rope or something where you can get that key that skeleton's holding. A shark swims by as if patrolling this calm pool. You do not want to go in the pool, you will die. This way, if you go up there, I think you will die too, but there might be something up there, so let's check it out. I'm actually going to save, because I don't want to, it's kind of like a save state. Now, it restores you back to where you were. You don't want to start all the way over, especially not on this Let's Play, but let's just take a peek at what's in this door up here. It's a really fun game. I would love this game. I love the music too. As I mentioned before, the door is open. Okay, cool. Let's go in that door and just be really careful, Kevin, because I know you can break your leg at this part. Yeah, you can. Like, if you try to cross this waterfall, it's slippery and you break your leg, I think. Water cascades over a subterranean cliff into a cool, clean stream. I just wanted to see if there's any items here. I don't really see anything. There's something right there. I don't know what that is. Like right here. The way up is this stairway is destructed by a landslide. Okay, so it's part of a staircase. I think we're gonna come back here later. I don't know. There could be something that I'm missing. I know Shadowgate, you know, people that have actually beat this game and have played it and love it and have beaten it and know more about it than I do are probably like, "Come on, what are you doing, man?" and stuff like that, yelling at the screen. But you know, I've played this game a lot and I love it, but I don't know that much about it. Like I said at the start, but it is it's just fun to play, and I like that sense of like you don't know what's coming up kind of thing, and it's scary when you die sometimes because it happens so suddenly. The stench of flesh and decay pervades the small chamber. You begin to shiver. This room is really cold. That's so funny. I think you can open this, and there's something you can put in there, and there's a lot of stuff you can do. It gets a little more complex as the game progresses pretty steadily, so let's look at whatever this is. It's a large pedestal with an iron trim. Can I open it? Or open it? It won't open? Okay, I don't know. I don't have a key, do I? I have the first key, but I don't think that'll work. I don't know. Let's see what this little hole is. A small hole in the wall, some 3 inches deep. It's a finely crafted wooden door. Let's see if I open it up. The door is open. I think this might be a deadly danger dungeon in here. I think it's gonna get kind of scary if I go in here, so we're gonna have to bail out of here. This is the room that I'm remembering. Okay, this is where you gotta be careful, guys. This is bad room to go into right now. Fear grips you as you enter this hot room. And what I think you have to do is you get some kind of like either an invisibility thing on you or a smell remover thing on you so you can go by unnoticed. That guy up there is a dragon and he will kill you if you take a step further. So let's bail out of here. There's something you need to get in that chest later on, I believe, or something that you get in there later on. I just remember it being like that. The room stinks of rotten meat. I mean, I made it kind of far in this game, but not too far. But I have made it farther than this, so we're gonna keep going. The stones in these walls, yeah, we already read that. It does repeat it, which is helpful, so you don't get lost too easily. This long cold hallway is lined on either side by half a dozen coffins, which is really creepy. And there is like some weird monsters in here if you open these up, because you can open each one up. And there's one where like slime gets on you, so if you move in here first, the slime won't block your path. And I'm not really sure how to clear that slime, but there's like this slime that comes out of one of those coffins, and you can't get past it, or I don't remember being able to get past it. This room is full of mirrors. It reminds you of the Elven Funhouse at King Otto's Fair. Okay. There's a broom, which I think maybe that's what you need to get past that slime. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's take it. It's a broom. The broom is in hand. Okay. Yeah, the controls are a little sensitive, but it's not too bad. Like, it moves like a little bit different than I thought it might be. It would be cool if I used the Super Nintendo mouse on this, but that would be a little complex, since it is actually a Game Boy game. Let's look at this stuff. I think this is dangerous, actually. This mirror throws back a fine reflection. This mirror has a carved oak frame. This mirror has a what the heck? I don't know. Why is that one like... I don't know. I'm gonna save, and we're gonna try some stuff out here. Can I use them? No. Can I look in this hole without jumping in? It is very dark. I don't want to go in there. Can I use the mirror? You seem to be wasting your time. What about this mirror? Okay, can I open the mirror? Won't open. Can I hit the mirror? The middle mirror seems to be different, but I'm not sure why. What's self? Smash, now you see stars. Oh, you can hit yourself? Oh wow, that's like you target yourself. Okay, I didn't understand that for a second. No, I didn't want that. I want look at self. Thou art truly a brave knight. Okay, can I speak to anything in this room? What you expected hasn't happened. Okay, let's just get out of here then. I don't know what else to do in that room. This is where the game gets a little vague to me. I've made it significantly past this part. I'm not sure exactly how, but that's also one of the things that you come back to it and it's like you don't remember it exactly. So it gives you that sense of exploration and you gotta explore stuff. And that's really fun. I like that. And it is really fun. It's a fun game, and it's just it keeps you going and it keeps you guessing. It's a fun game like that. Point and click, but it's a little different than some other point and clicks because it's first person. And it just feels like Dungeons and Dragons sometimes. It's really cool. Like by yourself once again. Let's open. Check out some of these. I know there's one where like a scary monster comes out. Okay, the mummy stands silently before you. So it's hard to know exactly which one you're supposed to kind of like go for in this, you know? And that's not just for this room, it's for like other rooms in the game, and it's confusing. This carefully embalmed 6-footer stands straight and still. Okay, I'm gonna use the torch on it, so this one. Torches are burning strongly. I gotta use this, and I think you can burn it. The mummy bursts into flames, leaving behind the scepter, or a scepter among the ashes. So we take the scepter. I'm not sure what I do with it, but I know there's something you do with it, of course. So let's look at what I've got. Broom. This broom looks remarkably like the one owned by the sirens on the Isle of Yelcom Iret. There's so much like lore in this game that I don't even know if there's anything to back it up, but it's just cool they like throw this stuff in. Like this is the Elven Fun House, and this is the sirens, and it's like all this mythological stuff, and it's like, I don't know, it has nothing to do with what you're doing at the moment, but it's so cool that they just threw that in. This is a quick sentence, and it's like a nice description. It gives you like more, it builds your imagination, and it makes you feel more immersed in the game, which I think is really cool. This jewel-studded scepter is truly made for a king. Okay, so we'll keep that little thing in mind. Let's check out the arrow. Finely crafted silver arrow is not uncommon in the Elven lands. Okay, cool. Now things get a little shaky as I save, and we're not gonna continue. We're just gonna save, and we're gonna continue. But we're if we die, we're not gonna continue. Let's see what happens when I open these, though. Taking a risk here, guys. I messed up. As you open the tomb, a banshee flies out and emits an ear-shattering scream. You're all right, but it's very hard to hear. That's not good. It's like an attack. Don't open the first one. I gotta keep that in my mind. Oh no, here's the spell. Screen slime is quite disgusting. See, I remember that, but a couple letters open is a bag. Oh no. You try to pass a sign, but it engulfs your body, dissolving it in seconds. You die instantly. Oh my god! No pain, no nothing. Oh my god. This game is brutal. You were slimed. Death by slime. And I stepped in it myself. Oh no. It's a sad thing that your adventures have ended here. Isn't that like a brutal death? It's not like a, oh, you fell in a hole, game over, respawn. No. You got slimed, man. No nothing. You dissolved. You disintegrated in the slime and died. And it plays this brutal music until you continue. It's scary, man. It's scary. It's intense. It's fun. It's puzzling. It's adventurous. It's imaginative. It's Shadowgate Classic for the Game Boy. And I believe the NES and the Mac and older systems as well. Many systems this game's been on, but those are some of the notable ones. There's even a new remake that came out maybe a year or two ago, and that's actually supposed to be really pretty good. And I've never bought it, but I've been eyeing it for a while. And yeah, Shadowgate Classic, pretty cool game, guys. Thank you for watching How Weird Games Plays Shadowgate Classic. If you would like to support my channel and support what I do, which is basically videos kind of like this, just leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. In addition to that comment, you might want to suggest some games for me to play in the future. Some of those games I may not own, some of them I may own. So I can pick them up and play them. Depending on what they are, and their pricing and their interest, I can play them and I can do a video on it just like this one. So leave that in the comments. Subscribe today for more classic gaming goodness on Happy Beard Games. I do these videos multiple times a week. And share this on, as well as my channel, on some various social media. It helps get the word out there. Pretty cool. I really love this game, guys, even though I've never beaten it. I've made it farther than that. I've made other goofs than that. I've had worse deaths than that, like burned up by the dragon, like I mentioned. You fall in that hole that I mentioned earlier in the game. And we didn't do too bad, but we did pretty bad today, but I mean, by I don't know, by an overall standpoint. But yeah, this has been Shadowgate, Happy Beard Games. That's about it, guys. I love this song. I listened to this like 15 minutes before I started doing this video, so it's a pretty cool song, guys. Oh, great soundtrack. Okay, guys, that's about it. Happy Beard Games. See you next time. Happy Beard Games. Oh.